What is up, my Shadowverse soldiers, and welcome back to another Shadowverse Evolved video. Alright soldiers, in this video we're going to be doing the neutral reveals for set 11. I know I am doing this on the day of release, just for everyone to have some good common knowledge of what these cards are going to look like as far as neutral cards, just in case you aren't picking everything up on day one. Alright, so looking at our first card, we have Sylvia, Grand Arbiter, so she's a 2-cost 2/2, and when she comes into play, you can evolve this follower. Alright, so looking at Sylvia, Grand Arbiter evolves, so she turns into a 3/3, but on evolve, you select enemy follower in the field, and if there are at least 5 face-up evolved followers in your evolved deck, you can deal it 5 damage. Alright, so it looks like you're not going to really be proccing this until later on in the game, once we have at least those 5 face-up followers in our evolved deck face up, so we can at least just deal a follower 5. And it's pretty cool that we're able to just go ahead and do this for 2, since we could evolve this follower for free on the unevolved fanfare. Alright, next up we have Quixotic Adventurer, so he's at 1-cost 2/1, you can evolve him for 4, but when he comes into play you can put a Dutiful Steed token into your EX area. Alright, so some good early generation by starting off the Dutiful Steed token into your EX area. When playing this card you get a nice 2/1 in stats, so that's pretty decent. Alright, so looking at the Dutiful Steed, so it's a 1-cost amulet, you can activate to bury this card, you can select a follower in the field, and if it's a Wasteland follower you can give it +1/+1. Alright, so as early as turn 2 you can move that Dutiful Steed token up, and on the Quixotic Adventurer you can turn it into a 3/2. Alright, so looking at the Adventurer evolve, so he turns into a 5/4, and then he has last word, so when he dies, you may put a Dutiful Steed, Bullet Bike, and an Arcane Personal Carrier token onto your field or into your EX area. So for the total of 5 play points whenever this follower dies, so you're probably going to rush it into something, honestly, so you can get all those tokens into your EX area, or whenever your enemy actually takes care of this card. As long as this card isn't banished, you're going to get all of the tokens into your EX area or onto the field. And looking at the Bullet Bike, so it's a 1-cost amulet, you can activate to bury this card to select a follower on the field and give it rush, and if it's a Wasteland follower you can give +1 attack. And then we have the Arcane Personal Carrier, which is another 1-cost amulet you can activate to bury this card, and then you can select a follower in your field and you can give it ward, and if it's a Wasteland follower you give it +1 defense. So initially with the Adventurer, whenever the last word happens, you can get all of the tokens either on the field or into your EX area. Alrighty, next up we have Goblin Queen, so she's a 2-cost 2/3, and when she comes into play you look at the top 5 cards of your deck. You may reveal a Goblinoid card from among them and add it to your hand, with the rest on the bottom of your deck in any order. You can also activate to engage this card, and then you can banish 3 Goblinoid cards from your cemetery, to select the enemy follower in the field and destroy it, and then deal 3 damage to its leader. Alright soldiers, so you know the philosophy of this channel. If they keep printing support of it, it will eventually be good. So Goblinoid is going to be a pretty decent deck just because there's a lot of interactions happening. Like the Goblin King is a big card that'll come out pretty early. The Goblin Queen is going to help you look for these Goblinoid cards, which is pretty good as well. And then while engaging this card and then we getting rid of those 3 Goblinoid cards that we did play, we can go ahead and destroy a follower on the field while also pinging the enemy leader for 3. Alrighty, next up we have Embodiment of Coctus, so it's a 2-cost spell. You can choose one. You can search your deck for an Archfiend card and reveal it and add it to your hand, then shuffle. Or 2, you can select enemy follower in the field, destroy it, and then deal 3 damage to your leader. Alright, for as little as 2 play points, we can get any Archfiend card out of our deck, which is going to be pretty good because we can either choose amulets and or followers, which is very good. I like it when it just has cards and not just followers. So being able to get any card out of our deck is very good on turn 2. And then on top of that, being able to have some hard removal while also taking 3 damage might just hurt, but if there's a big follower on the field and we really don't want to take like 7 damage, spending 2 to go ahead and destroying it and instead taking 3 is a lot better. Alrighty, next up we have Wandering Chef, so he's a 2-cost 2/2, you can evolve for 1, but when he comes into play, if there's a mount card on your field or in your EX area, you can give your leader +2 defense. Alright, so if you are playing mounts in your deck, this is pretty good just to go ahead and just heal. So as long as you have a mount card in your EX area, or if it's already on the field, you can go ahead and heal yourself for 2 by paying 2 play points. Alright, looking at the Wandering Chef evolve, so he turns into a 3/3, but on evolve you look at the top 4 cards of your deck. You may reveal a Wasteland card from among them and add it to your hand, and you put the rest of the bottom in your deck in any order. Alright, so it looks like this is going to be the value for the Wasteland deck, so being able to evolve this follower, we're looking at the top 4, since you're not going to be drawing all too much in all of the other decks. Just being able to look at the top 4, getting any Wasteland card that you might need for whatever scenario, adding it to your hand, and then sending those to the rest of the bottom is pretty good. Alright, next up we have Supercharged Guitar, so she's 4-cost 3/3. She has a say on when she comes into play, you draw a card, but then she has a strike ability to recover 3 play points. So honestly, I see the value and I don't see the value. So the follower has the sail, but she doesn't have rush. She's able to play herself and then replace herself in your hand, which is good too. And then when she's able to swing, which is the very next turn, you can recover 3 play points, but I don't know what same person is going to let you swing with this card. Alrighty, next up we have Titanic Showdown, so it's a 7-cost amulet. So this card is put onto the field engaged. When it comes into play, you look at the top 5 cards of your deck. From among them, you may reveal up to 5 followers that cost 7 or more and add them to your hand. Put the rest in the bottom of your deck in any order. You can also activate to engage this card and then bury this card, and you can reveal 2 random cards from your hand, summon each follower from among them. Alright, so I'm not gonna lie to you, I'm pretty sure this is exactly what Dragon is going to want to be running, just because a whole bunch of their deck is going to cost 7 or more. And when they're ramping, like being able to look at the top 5 cards and getting up to 5 followers, which sometimes all 5 of them might be followers that are 7 or more, and just adding them, and then having this follower to go ahead on the very next turn to go ahead and engage, to, you know, flip your hand probably upside down to reveal those 2 random cards from your hand, and then summoning each follower from among them is pretty good for Dragon. Alrighty, next up we have Revaliant Bandit, so it's a 1 cost 1/1. You can evolve it for 1, and whenever this follower gains attack or defense, you can give it Storm. Alright, so if you are playing any one of the amulets in defense while drawing a card. Very beautiful card. I absolutely love this art. And on top of that, I do like that this card is a quick, so, you know, I'm looking for this for Runecraft. I do like a little bit of the spell here. A little bit of spicy here. Just being able to deal 1 on your opponent's turn and while also healing yourself for 1 while drawing a card is pretty cool. Alrighty, and then we have our UR for the deck. So we have Sylvia Grand Arbiter. So if you're looking to pick up this neutral card, which looks absolutely amazing, I swear, Sylvia always is just a beautiful card every time I look at it. I hope you're able to pick it up because this is one of the most beautiful cards for the set. And alrighty, soldiers, that is it for all the neutral cards. I know the neutrals weren't going to be too big in a match just because that they're going to really fit in with the other archetypes and whatnot. So I'm very excited for set 11. Like, there's a lot that's going to be happening. It feels like we finally get that breath of fresh air outside of Vanguard. It's where there was just one deck that was ruling all over the other ones because the power creep was just absolutely insane for Kagura. Alright, soldiers, that is it for this video. Make sure to like, comment, subscribe. I will miss all of you. I'm very excited to talk about this set 11 decks. I will be posting these breakdowns throughout the weeks next week. You know, I need time to make these things. So I'm sorry I was a little late in terms of bringing out the Force Craft and the Neutral Craft reveals, but, you know, I was going to do them before the week ended. I wasn't going to just, like, give up on you guys. I want to make sure everybody has, like, a good source up here to, like, being able to look at whatever card that they need to up here, just because I know personally in my past experiences what it was like to be like, oh, what does this card do? And then I'd go to a video instead of going on the website to figure out what some cards would do. But alright, soldiers, make sure you are safe in whatever you do tonight and safe whatever you do for the rest of the year. Make sure to like, comment, subscribe, and I will see you in the next one. Bye.
Yeah. TRINN just to get you